Buongiorno! Today we're taking the Maserati Quattroporte on a spirited joyride to its motherland, Little Italy. Much like I took the P38 Borrego edition back to Borrego Springs, the Maserati with its Italian design and its Italian-derived V8 engine from Ferrari, it's only fitting I take it back to Italy, or in this case, Little Italy, since actual Italy's a little far away from me. So we're gonna go check out some tiramisu, some pasta, some espresso, get a picture by the Little Italy sign, and see what the Italian or Italian Americans think of the Maserati and its glory. So buckle up, it's time for a joyride. We're gonna see how quickly we can get there. Follow along as we restore this $14,000 Maserati to its former glory and sell it live on Cars and Bids with no reserve.
Before we get started, big news, we have a new merch store with cool new stuff. Like Filippo's this hat and Kennan's shirt, the Carrera GT, that's our best seller. There's this one too, and a lot more cool stuff. And you buy some merch and you can win one of these cars from our adventure video series, which you can watch on the Doug DeMuro YouTube channel. More information by clicking the link in the description below to check out our merch.
All right, we're in Little Italy here. It's beautiful. There's people out walking on the piazza and local Italian folks out for a stroll. We are going to try to get some video in front of the famous Little Italy sign here. Lots of great little pizzerias. Let's see how we can do with getting the spot. Wild how people just park wherever they want. Look at the little town square. Feels very authentic. Ooh, Audi TTRS Mark II. Look at that. That is not something you see every day. I'm gonna just park here for a second and holler. Stop one of the Italian Joyride tour. We're here in Little Italy. Gonna take in some pizza, some espresso, and some Italian culture in our Maserati. And look at that, we found parking after all in beautiful Little Italy. I'm here at Filippo's Pizza Grotto. We're gonna go check it out.
2 hours later.
Well, I'm surprised that none of the locals fawned over this Italian piece of heritage and history quite like I thought they would. But that's okay. I'm gonna go somewhere else that I know the locals will appreciate. And that is Ferrari of San Diego. Ferrari-derived V8, the Pininfarina lines, that'll be right at home. I'm gonna ask them for a trade-in value. I'm really eyeing an FF. Perhaps they'll take pity on me, but let's see how Ferrari feels about this car. All right, we are finally somewhere where the Maserati belongs, next to its brothers and sisters here at Ferrari of San Diego. So let's see if they'll give me a trade-in here. I gotta figure out what beautiful piece of machinery I should ask about. It looks like this would have been where you personalized your Maserati and where someone would have spec'd out my cool Quattroporte. It is now a Ferrari-only dealer, but pretty cool to see all the options and the artifacts of a former Maserati dealer. So I found a lovely sales associate here with the Maserati hat that's gonna help me out here. So what do you think of this bad boy? Is it prime for your inventory?
Well, first off, how many miles on it?
90,000 and change.
And what year is it?
2012.
So it's a newer Quattroporte as well. They made the Quattroporte from early 2000s.
Yeah, but you can see it's real nice in there, and it's got a 430 motor in it, so,
Okay, so it's
you know,
real deal and everything. It's not.
It's an Italian machine here.
The key thing about these old Quattroportes, new Maseratis are not keen on, the true Ferrari motors and everything. So the thing I like about these old ones is they, pretty much just a four-door Ferrari, fast, everything.
Well, I'll let you look it over and think about it some. I'm gonna go test drive a Bentley here as a potential trade-in. All right, he's pulling it around to go inspect it, see what kind of a low ball they want to prepare for me here. My next ride just came in that we're gonna test drive. Could this be foreshadowing? We will see. Well, that was insane. I had so much fun at Ferrari of San Diego. They unfortunately no longer have a Maserati dealership there. That went away about 6 months ago, but got to see sort of where the old store was, which is now used inventory. A gentleman named Scotty was nice enough to let me test drive a 2010 Bentley Continental Super Sports, which, holy moly, those are cool. Veyron seats, rear seat delete, definitely tuned and much more like firm and rough, but really, really enjoyable. I might have to prioritize that for one of the next projects, but more importantly, they're gonna give me a trade-in here. They weren't able to finish it while I was waiting and I had to get home for work. So they're gonna email me in an hour or two with what they think the car is worth. They did say it's not quite of the caliber they would want to retail it, so they'll give me a wholesale value that they would then take to auction. I'm expecting a very poor offer here, but I think me being semi-interested in their Continental Super Sports might help take pity on me for something, but we will see. Either way, big ups to Ferrari San Diego. That was a lot of fun. I love tire kicking. All right, we're here at Maserati of Anaheim Hills getting the QP5 serviced. It has an open recall for the ignition, which means I can't put it on Turo. And technically when I go to sell it, that would show up as a potential issue. So best to get it resolved. Unfortunately, since there's no longer a Maserati of San Diego, that means I had to travel about an hour and a half up to Orange County to get this done. So that would just certainly be a pain in the butt if I own a new Maserati and we're trying to get warranty work done. But as a used owner, really, the Indies can do 99% of the work. It's just software updates like this where I would have to travel. So it's fun to be here and check out all the inventory, because in addition to my beautiful QP5 here, you will see some excellent stuff. And you can see here back by the service bays where we can see a bunch of Maseratis and Alfa Romeos back here, but pretty nice place. We got plenty of Maseratis, and I'll go over to the service bay where you can see something real special. Gorgeous 8C, absolutely stunning. You do not see these very often. I'm very impressed to see it here. So Orange County's got the big money, baby, but absolutely cool to see this here as we await the QP5 service. Here's another QP5. This one looks like it's seen better days and is waiting for service. And you can see here old versus new school Maserati. I really love the design of the new MC20. I love the design of the old QP5, but there's not a lot in between that's any good. One other cool Easter egg I found, besides the most bizarre heated seat control ever, is this little knob. You pull it up, or push it down for on off, and when it's on, what happens is this thing here, I'll do it this way. So it's not a heated drink, it's just a ventilated drink. So if you are crazy enough to put a drink in here and then you don't want it getting like muggy, I guess you could just ventilate your glove box. So you learn something new every day. If anyone has any idea when that would ever be useful to anyone, I would love to hear it. Well, that was a fun day of adventure in the QP5. I love checking out the new Ferraris, and most importantly, we got the recall done so that this thing can go on Turo, because right now at a little over $21,000, I think I'm underwater here. I think I spent a little too much, and in order to break even on this car, I need a little side hustle income. So I think I'm gonna try to list it around $100 plus all the Turo fees on top, so probably cost someone about $150 a day. I'll rent it out of San Diego. I'm in North County, but I'll set this up, and depending on how many bites I get, I will adjust the price and delivery radius. But I'm excited for this to go through. The NHTSA database should be updated shortly. In the meantime, I found something cool. This is the DuPont registry from 2012 when this thing was new. And there's some amazing finds on it, right? Like the cars that were new then, the McLaren MP4 12C, was like $284,000 car. Now you can get that for like $84,000. The Maserati GTS, they had an Alfa Romeo 8C, a Lamborghini Gallardo for $200K. Most of these cars have depreciated a ton. However, nothing beats this. It was $147,600. In today's money, because this was 2012, in today's money, that's about $205,000 for this car. Which leads me to the last point. Ferrari of San Diego got back to me. They really want to sell me this Bentley Continental Super Sports, and I really want to buy it. It is so cool. Go check it out if you're in the market. However, What I really wanted from them was a trade-in value. And I maybe initially just feigned interest in the Bentley to get the trade-in value. They told me, well, we're not gonna sell this. We'll have to wholesale it. So don't expect the offer to be very good. And I said, no problem. Like, I just kind of want to know what you're going to come out. And they offered me $8,000 for trade-in value or $4,000 cash. A very polite, very Ferrari way of saying, go kick rocks, buddy. We don't want the car, but $8,000 is what I could get if I really wanted to trade it in and just be done with it. I paid 14 for it. I'm into it 21. So cars and bids, hopefully y'all can help me out. One of one spec from Maserati. It is fully spec'd. It is a killer car in a killer color. And I am an idiot and spent way too much money on it. So it will be no reserve soon. I'm gonna have our photographer take some great pictures of it and list it. But like I said, first we're gonna put it on Turo, see how it does over the holidays. And come January, you should expect to see this on the site. So thanks for watching my adventures. I'm having so much fun doing this, even if I'm losing money. I love this car. It is so fun to drive, whether it's through Little Italy, the dealerships, Cars and Coffee. It gets looks and compliments everywhere it goes. And most importantly, it sounds amazing. And in the age of electric cars, the sound is so important. And this car brings a smile to my face every time. Peace. One more thing. I am on the hunt for the next project car already. My only rules are under 20 grand ideally, something that's a rare spec, unique car, and it needs to be private party. I want something that's not listed, that's not on an auction site, something that hopefully has a little margin. So the contenders right now, leave a comment what you think. SRT 10 Ram quad cab, so the Viper motor and a early 2000s Ram pickup, a SRT 4 Caliber, a Evo 8, something of that flavor. I want like all gas, no brakes. I want something stupid fast and stupid crappy. So maybe I'm missing things. A Termi Cobra would be great. I think that's a little too spendy, but leave me comments on any other ideas you have, as well as cool listings. Also anything AMG. It stinks that they're all automatics, but they seem to be really good values. A V12 would be dangerous. If I follow my heart though, I think a V10 would be perfect. So E60 BMW, E63 BMW, anything AMG's V8, but that's okay. Maybe a V12, like an S65 would be cool. But regardless, leave me a comment. The other must-have is it needs to have a back seat, or at least a semblance of a back seat for the kid seats back here, because my kids, I'm trying to make them love cars as much as I do, which means they need to be able to ride along, and they're not allowed in the Mercy. So holler if you got any ideas.